Hello all, welcome to Mekato channel. This is our lecture number 2 in the bootcamp of HTML course. So topics to be covered in this lecture are detailed view of head tag, different categories of elements in HTML, live demo of each category tags. If you are a new viewer in this channel, please subscribe the channel, and if you are new to this course, please watch my previous lecture of HTML lecture 1. So it will help you to understand this lecture also. So let's start the session. Now let us open the Visual Studio Code. Now let us create a HTML file. I am giving this file name as index.html. okay, so you can see that HTML file is created and it is showing the pointer. Okay, now let us start creating our website. Okay, firstly we need to enter doctype HTML because this will tell the browser as we are using HTML5 content. Okay, so now after that we need to open HTML in Visual Studio Code. It is an advantage that we automatically the end tags will be created after creating the starting tags. Okay, so now create head tag. So you can see that automatically the end tags will be created, and next we need to create a body tag, right? So I'm creating body tag. So this is the basic syntax of the HTML. Okay, so now after head tag we need to create a title tag. It will give you the name of the we need to give a name to the our web page, right? So we are specifying that name in title tag. So in between the title tag I am giving it as Mekato lecture number 2. Okay, I'm giving this name as Mekato lecture 2. It's your choice to give whatever the name you want. You can give it here, you can enter here. So after giving head tag, so before title tag we need to give meta char set, right? So for that meta char set we need to specify meta char set. Most of the website standardly using UTF-8. UTF means Unicode transformation format. Okay, so this will helpful to us to give a variable length character encoding for the communication of for the electronic communication. Okay, use it for the electronic communication. So it is defined by the Unicode standard. Okay, other than that 8 we can also have 16, 32, 64 also. So mostly we use UTF-8 only. So okay, this is meta char set in head tag. After that we also give some style tags and script tags and bootstrap links and font awesome links and Google font links. Whatever the links we want to specify, we are going to give it in head tag only. Okay, now let us see one by one about the different categories of elements. Okay, different types of HTML elements are categorized into 4 types. Out of those 4 types, let us see one by one now. So container elements is the first one. So container elements are those elements which have start tag and end tag. Okay, let us see the syntax of the container elements. So this is the syntax of the container elements. So let me give you some example. So this is the start tag and this is the end tag. So in between these two tags we have to enter some data. We have whatever the data we want to enter. So we are going to enter that data in between these two tags. Okay, so let us see an example of these container elements. Span is a container element. So in between the span tags we write whatever the content we want. Okay, let us see about container elements. Container elements are those elements which have start tag and end tag. Let me give an example for these container tags. So h1, I'm using h1 as a heading tag. So it was the first primary heading tag out of all six heading tags. We will see in future lectures about what are the different types of heading tags. Okay, so here I'm giving heading tag as heading 1. In between the h1 tags I'm giving heading. Okay, so now after that heading, okay, I want to create a paragraph tag. So paragraph tag is also a container element. Okay, so you can observe that there will be end tag also with a slash. After entering the p tag, let me enter some content in between the p tag. So by default only in Visual Studio we can enter a random garbage paragraph, so like this. So this will be helpful for us to while creating or while searching for any content. So lorem, there is no meaning to these content. Okay, now I'm created a heading tag and a paragraph tag. Let me save it first and we'll see by go live. Okay, so go live, I'm clicking on go live. Okay, I think it will be. So after clicking on go live, you can see that the page is opened automatically. So I'm minimizing this page, so I'm opening this one. Okay, okay, so by default, so you can see now here heading is created after by entering the heading tags. Okay, and in between the paragraph tag we entered some data, right? We are getting that paragraph also. Okay, you can observe this is a paragraph. Okay, so in between these two lines we can observe some gap between the heading and the paragraph tag, right? This is like a block level elements. Heading tag and paragraph tags are block level elements. Okay, so next second type of elements are empty elements. So empty elements are those elements which have only start tag, which do not have any end tag. So let us see the syntax of the empty elements. So this is the syntax of the empty elements. So it has only start tag, it doesn't have any end tag. See, can you identify that? So the basic syntax of the basic difference between the container elements and empty elements is the end tag. In container elements we have end tag, and in empty elements we do not have any end tag. So, and in start tag we are including a slash, right? Slash is included in the start tag of the empty elements. So let us see some examples of empty elements. So these are some examples of empty elements. We can use break, horizontal line tag, and input elements. These are the empty elements. So these elements doesn't require any end tags. Okay, let us go to the third type of tag. Now we'll see about empty elements. Okay, empty elements, we have already seen some examples of empty elements as break and horizontal line. So let me give an example to these empty elements. Okay, so I already connected this Visual Studio page to the heading by clicking on the go live, right? You can observe here only. Okay, so I'm clicking on that. So whatever the changes I'm doing in this page, it will directly reflect to our web page. Okay, so I'm entering some empty elements, right? So now I'm using one of the empty element like horizontal line. So it will give some horizontal line between the heading and ipsum color. So you can see here, right? So one horizontal line is appeared on the screen. Okay, so now I'm entering one break in between the horizontal and p tag. Okay, so empty elements are those elements which have end tags, right? So I'm not entering any end tag in between these for these HR tag, right? Okay, now I'm entering another empty tag like break. So break is an empty tag, right? So it will give some space in between the horizontal line and paragraph line. So you can see that there is a gap between the horizontal line and the paragraph tag. So after clicking on save only, it will give reflect to the, you need to click on save to get reflect the block level element. Block level elements executes in next line. So let us see an example of these p tags. If you write p tags after the p tag, then it will create a different block level. If you want example of these, I will show you. We already discussed about block level elements, right? So it is nothing but the h1 tag and p tag are those block level elements. So in between these two tags, if I remove HR tags and break level, and I'm not giving any space in between the heading tag and paragraph tag. So let me save it first. Heading tag is appeared separately and paragraph tag is also appeared separately, and in a fresh new line only paragraph tag get executed. So this is the use of block level elements. Okay, in this way block level elements will be executed. Okay, so some of the block level elements are h1 to h6 are the heading tags and the div tag, division tags, and all semantic tags and forms, tables, and etc. These are the some of the block level elements. Okay, so coming to the last and final one and fourth type of element is inline level elements. Inline level elements are executed in the same line only. For example, we have span tag, right? In between the paragraph tags, in between the anchor tags, we use span tags. Okay, to give specific identity to that whatever the words or any abbreviations or any text we want to highlight, then we use span tags. So some of the inline level elements are span, image, strong, bold, emphasis, italic, and etc. These are the some of the inline level elements. While going through these course, we will see rest of the block level elements, container elements, inline elements, and so every elements we will see in future lectures. Okay, now let us see inline level elements. We already discussed that span element is an inline level element, right? So you can get that span element is also an span element is also a container element, right? So we need to give an end tag to the span element. This is an advantage in Visual Studio Code. We just it just reduces our efforts to write the HTML code. Okay, so this is the reason why I choose Visual Studio Code. So now we need to see, right, whether it is applicable or not. Let me save it first. So there is nothing changes we can observe in the browser. So let me give some style to this span tag. Okay, say style. Okay, in this style element, let me give a color of red. Okay, it will be like differentiate these two words from rest of the paragraph. Okay, let me save it first. You can see that it will apply only for these content only. It doesn't apply for the rest of the paragraph. This is the use of inline level elements. If you want to change or if you want to specify some particular words or any text in the paragraph or any your content, then we are using inline level elements. Okay, this is the use of inline elements. Let me give another example for the inline element. So I'm using bold. So you can see that there is nothing change in the Pareto. So this is a meaningless word. Okay, so don't worry about this thing. Okay, you can see that it is reflected into this web page, right? So it is getting bold. Okay, so this is the use of B tag and bold tag, and this is the use of inline level elements. Now we discussed all 4 levels of different types of HTML elements. See you there in next lecture. Bye bye.